everyone, welcome back to Cup of Teach. This time, I'm going to teach you on how to solve quadratic inequality. How to solve quadratic inequality? To solve quadratic inequality, you have to follow the steps. Number 1. Express the quadratic inequality as a quadratic equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And then, solve for x. 2. Locate solutions in number line and it serves as the boundary points. Number 3. Divide the number into 3 regions. 4. Choose one number from each region as a test point. And number 5. If it is true, then the region belongs to the solution set. Otherwise, it is not part of the solution set of the inequality. In solving quadratic inequality, you have to determine the solution set or interval notation and set notation. So what is solution set or interval notation? It is the set of all values of variables that makes the inequality true, while set notation is the set of all values of variables and enclosed with brace. Let us review the symbols that we use for inequality. Greater than, less than. For these symbols, we're going to use the hollow dot or parentheses. It means that the solutions or the boundaries are not included. And for the symbols, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, we're going to use the solid dot or bracket. It means that the solutions or the boundaries are included. If the symbol is greater than or equal to, the solutions found on both sides. And if the symbol of inequality is less than or equal to the solutions found at the center. Example, x squared plus 7x plus 10 is less than 0. First, you're going to list down all the factors of positive 10 and identify which factors can give the sum of positive 7. So what are the factors of 10? 10 times 1. Negative 10 times negative 1. 5 times 2. And negative 5 times negative 2. Which of the following factors give the sum of positive 7? 5 times 2. Let us factor now the quadratic inequality using the factors of 10. X plus 5 and x plus 2 is less than 0. And then, equate the two factors to 0. X plus 5 is equal to 0, and the other one, x plus 2 is equal to 0. Transpose positive 5 to the right side, it will become negative. Therefore, x is equal to negative 5. Then, transpose positive 2 to the right side, it will become negative. X is equal to negative 2. Let us show that in the number line. Since the inequality symbol here is less than, therefore, we're going to use the hollow dot. It means that negative 5 and negative 2 are not included in the solutions. And the solutions found at the center. Always remember that we have here 3 regions. First, left side, center, and right region. Then, we will have now the test point. Let's have it first, the left side. You can choose any number from left side of negative 5. I'll choose negative 6. And I will use the factor form for testing whether the region belongs to the solution set instead of the original inequality. So let's have here x plus 5 and x plus 2 is less than 0. By substitution, Your x is negative 6. So x is negative 6. Then copy plus 5. X is negative 6. Then copy plus 2. Copy less than 0. And then negative 6 plus 5. Negative 1. Negative 4 plus 2. Negative 4. Just copy less than 0. Then multiply the 2. That is positive 4. Is positive 4 less than 0? No, that is false. It means that left side region is not included in the solution set. Let's go to the center. I'll choose negative 3. Then factor form, x plus 5 and x plus 2 is less than 0. By substitution, your x is negative 3. Copy plus 5, x is negative 3. Copy plus 2, copy less than 0. Then simplify it. Negative 3 plus 5, positive 2. Negative 3 plus 2, negative 1. Just copy less than 0. Then multiply the 2, negative 2. Negative 2 less than 0? Yes, it is true. It means that center region is included in the solution set. Let's go to the right side or right region. I'll choose 0. Factor form and substitute the value for x. We will have 0. Just copy plus 5. X is 0. Copy plus 2. Copy less than 0. Then 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 2, positive 2. Just copy less than 0. Then multiply the 2. That is 10. Is 10 less than 0? No, that is false. It means that right region is not included in the solution set. Let's go to the solution set or interval notation. Since we used here hollow dot, it means that we're going to use parentheses. So we will have now negative 5 to negative 2. Next is set notation. Let's go back here. You can see here that x is greater than negative 5 but less than negative 2. So let us write that in the set notation. Always use brace. So we will have x such that x is greater than negative 5 but less than negative 2. Number 2, x squared minus x minus 12 is greater than 0. First, you're going to list down all the factors of negative 12 and identify which factors can give the sum of negative 1. Always remember that the numerical coefficient of x is positive 1. But in this case, this is negative x, therefore, the numerical coefficient is negative 1. So let's go back to the factors of negative 12. What are the factors of negative 12? 12 times negative 1. Negative 12 times 1. 6 times negative 2. Negative 6 times 2. 4 times negative 3. And negative 4 times 3. Which of the following factors can give the sum of negative 1? Negative 4 times 3. Let us factor now the quadratic inequality using the factors of negative 12. So x minus 4 and x plus 3 is greater than 0. Then equate the two factors to 0. X minus 4 is equal to 0 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. Transpose negative 4 to the right side. We will have now x is equal to 4. Transpose positive 3 to the right side, so x is equal to -3. And then let us show that in the number line. Since the inequality symbol here is greater than, therefore, we will use the hollow dot. Means that -3 and +4 are not included in the solutions. And the solutions found on both sides of the number line. Always remember we have 3 regions: left, center, right. Let us check it if it is correct. Let us use the left side region. You can choose any number from left side of -3. So I'll choose -4. And I will going to use the factor form to test whether the regions belongs to the solution set instead of the original inequality. So let's have here x minus 4 and x plus 3 is greater than 0 by substitution. Your x is -4. Just copy -4, x is -4. Copy +3, then copy greater than 0. Simplify it, -8. -4 plus 3, -1. Just copy greater than 0. Multiply the 2, +8. Is +8 greater than 0? Yes, that is true. It means that left side is included in the solution set. Let's go to the center. I'll choose 0. Factor form by substitution. Your x is 0. Just copy -4. X is 0. Copy +3. Copy greater than 0. Simplify it. 0 minus 4. That is -4. 0 plus 3. That is 3. Just copy greater than 0. Multiply the 2. That is -12. Is -12 greater than 0? No, that is false. It means that center is not included in the solution set. Let's go to the right side. I'll choose 5. So x is equal to 5. Factor form. Then substitute. Your x is 5. Just copy -4. Your x is 5. Just copy +3. Copy greater than 0. Simplify it. 5 minus 4, +1. 5 plus 3, +8. Just copy greater than 0. Multiply the 2. That is 8. Is 8 greater than 0? Yes, that is true. It means that right side is included to the solution set. Let's go to the solution set or interval notation. Since we used here hollow dot, therefore we're going to use parentheses. And arrows on both sides means this is -infinity and this is +infinity. Automatically, we will use parentheses. So the solution set is -infinity to -3. Union, +4 to +infinity. Then, let's have here set notation. Let's go back here. You can see here that 4x is greater than 4. And you can see here -3. Therefore, x is less than -3. Let us write that in the set notation. Always use brace. So we have here x such that x is less than the -3 and x is greater than to +4. Number 3, x squared minus 5x minus 6 is less than or equal to 0. First, we're going to list down all the factors of -6 and identify which factors can give the sum of -5. So what are the factors of -6? 6 times negative 1. Negative 6 times 1. Negative 3 times 3. Which of the following factors can give the sum of negative 5? Negative 6 times 1. Then, let us factor now the quadratic inequality using the factors of negative 6. We will have x minus 6 and x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. And then, equate the two factors to 0. X minus 6 is equal to 0 and x plus 1 is equal to 0. Transpose negative 6 to the right side, it will become positive. Therefore, x is equal to 6. Then transpose positive 1 to the right side, so it will become negative. Therefore, x is equal to negative 1. Let us show that in the number line. Since the inequality symbol here is less than or equal to, therefore, we will use the solid dot. It means that negative 1 and positive 6 are included in the solutions. And the solutions found at the center. Always remember, we have three regions: left, center, and right. So let us test now. Let us use the left side. You can choose any number from left side of negative 1. So I'll choose negative 2. I'm going to use the factor forms for checking instead of the original inequality. So we will have now x minus 6 and x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. By substitution, we will have x is negative 2. Just copy minus 6, x is negative 2. Just copy plus 1, just copy less than or equal to 0. Then simplify it, negative 2 minus 6, that is negative 8. Negative 2 plus 1, that is negative 1. Just copy less than or equal to 0. Then simplify the 2, that is positive 8. Is positive 8 less than or equal to 0? No, that is false. It means that left side is not included in the solution set. Let's go to the center. I'll choose 0. And then let's have here the factor form. X minus 6 and x plus 1 is less than or equal to 0. By substitution, we'll have now your x is 0. Just copy minus 6. X is 0. Then, copy plus 1. Copy less than or equal to 0. Then, simplify it. 0 minus 6, that is negative 6. 0 plus 1, that is positive 1. Just copy less than or equal to 0. Then, multiply this. Negative 6 times 1, that is negative 6. Is negative 6 less than or equal to 0? Yes. Therefore, that is true. It means that the center is included in the solution set. Let's go to the right side. I'll choose positive 7. Factor form. And then let us substitute. Your x is 7. Just copy minus 6. X is 7. Just copy plus 1. And then copy less than or equal to 0. Simplify it now. 7 minus 6, positive 1. 7 plus 1, positive 8. Just copy less than or equal to 0. Multiply the 2, positive 8. Is 8 less than or equal to 0? No. That is false. It means that right side is not included in the solution set. Let's go now to the solution set or interval notation. Since -1 and +6 are included, therefore, we're going to use bracket. That is -1 to +6. Let's go to the set notation. Let us use this. You have noticed here that x is greater than -1 but less than +6. So let us write that in the set notation. Always use brace. X such that x is greater than -1 but less than to +6. Number 4, 2x squared minus x minus 15 is greater than or equal to 0. To determine the factors of this inequality, you can use the AC method from the previous lesson or the trial and error method. So this time, I'm going to use the trial and error method. First, you're going to list down all the factors of -15. So what are the factors of -15? 15 times -1. -15 times 1. 5 times -3. And -5 times 3. So you can use any from these factors of -15. So I'm going to use 5 times -3. So let us factor now. 2x plus 5 and x minus 3. You can check this using the FOIL method. So let's have here the FOIL method. 2x times x, that is 2x squared. Then let's have the outer. 2x times -3, that is -6x. Let's have here the inner. 5 times x, that is 5x. And then get the sum, that is -x. That is correct. And then the last term, 5 times -3, that is -15. Therefore, the factors of 2x squared minus x minus 15 are 2x plus 5 and x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. Then equate the two factors to 0. 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. And the other one is x minus 3 is equal to 0. And then transpose +5 to the right side. So it will become negative. We will have now 2x is equal to -5. Divide both sides by 2. So that is x is equal to -5 over 2. Then transpose -3 to the right side. We will have now x is equal to +3. Let us show that in the number line. Since the inequality symbol here is greater than or equal to, therefore we're going to use the solid dot. It means that -5 over 2 and +3 are included in the solutions. And the solutions found on both sides of the equation. Always remember, we have here 3 regions: left, center, and right. So let's go first to the left side for the test point. So I'll choose -3. And then I'm going to use the factor form, 2x plus 5 and x minus 3. By substitution, we will have now, just copy 2, your x is -3. Just copy plus 5, then x is -3. Just copy -3 is greater than or equal to 0. And then, let us simplify it. This is negative 6 plus 5, and this is negative 6, greater than or equal to 0. And then negative 6 plus 5, that is negative 1. And then we just copy negative 6, greater than or equal to 0. So negative 1 times negative 6, that is positive 6, greater than or equal to 0. Is positive 6 greater than or equal to 0? Yes, that is true. Therefore, left side region is included in the solution set. Let's go to the center. I'll choose 0, factor form, and then substitution. I just copy 2. What is the value of x? 0. Just copy plus 5. X is 0. Just copy minus 3. Greater than or equal to 0. And then let us simplify it. 2 times 0 plus 5, that is 5. Then 0 minus 3, that is negative 3, greater than or equal to 0. And then multiply, that is negative 15, greater than or equal to 0. Is negative 15 greater than or equal to 0? No, that is false. It means that center region is not included in the solution set. Let's go to the right side. I'll choose positive 4, factor form, and then let's have here substitution. Just copy 2, your x is 4. Just copy plus 5, your x is 4. Just copy minus 3, greater than or equal to 0. Then, just multiply it. That is 8 plus 5. And then 4 minus 3 is positive 1. Then simplify it further. That is 13. And just copy 1. Then multiply the 2. That is 13. And then, is 13 greater than or equal to 0? Yes, that is true. It means that right side region is included in the solution set. Now, let's go to the solution set or interval notation. Since this is solid dot, therefore, we're going to use bracket. And since we have here arrow on both sides, therefore, this is negative infinity and this is positive infinity. So we will have now negative infinity to negative 5 over 2, union positive 3 to positive infinity. Let's go to the set notation. So in the set notation, let us use this one. Your x is greater than 3. And the other one, your x is less than the negative 5 over 2. So let us write that in the set notation. Always use brace. So we will have now x such that x is less than the negative 5 over 2 and x is greater than to positive 3.
Thank you for watching. That's it for this video. If you learned something here, don't forget to like and subscribe to Cup of Teach. See you on the next lesson. Bye!